I'm reminded of that episode of Futurama where Fry downloads Lucy Liu into a robot and is forced to watch an educational film about why you shouldn't date robots. And the film talks about how if everyone started just downloading fake female personalities into robots, they'd stop reproducing and human civilization would end. And of course, we are building just such a thing. In this story from the New York Post, AI model Lexi makes $30,000 a month as a virtual girlfriend to lonely men. No, this is robo-phishing or something. This is guys who think this woman is real giving a bunch of other guys money. You know, Andrew Tate, apparently as part of the story as to how he was making money, he would have these women make profiles. And I don't know if this is true or not, but people have claimed that he would go on the woman's profile and sext with dudes so that they would spend more money. I don't know, maybe. But that's basically where we're at right now. So some guy makes an AI-generated woman. Other guys pay that guy to interact with the AI-generated woman. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to talk about the great filter, the answer to Fermi's paradox? How is it that humanity will destroy itself? Oh, there are so many ways. Of course, it could be a plague created by Chinese scientists who are experimenting with gain-of-function research. It could be nuclear weapons, which, in my opinion, are rather old and probably not the most destructive things we have on this planet right now. Maybe, just maybe, it will be rods from God, gigantic tungsten rods in orbit, dropped on the planet, wiping out every major city. Oh, boy. Or perhaps it will be a bunch of men who no longer have children because they're whacking off to pictures of fake women on the internet. Jeez. Well, at the very least, what I think is likely to happen is that evolutionary pressure will persist, and thus the men who fall for these AI models and don't procreate will simply cease to exist, and those who are more resilient to it will survive. You know those antibacterial things you can buy? You spritz it on your hand and you clean it. It says only deals with 99.9% of bacteria or whatever. It doesn't kill everything. And if you don't thoroughly wash your hands with it, the surviving bacteria, being more resilient to the alcohol, I believe it's ethyl alcohol, reproduces, dominates, and then the next time you try to do it, it's substantially less effective. It's evolution, baby. The guys who don't find girlfriends and watch this stuff instead, they're not going to procreate. But other men will find a way, and so will other women. The other big issue here is that women are going to try and compete with these AI models, and they're going to get surgery and other things to try and look like computer-generated women. Yo, we are in for a wild ride. It's going to be nuts. Here's a story from the New York Post. If she looks too good to be true, it's because she is. A UK company has created a busty blonde AI model to communicate with lonely, lovelorn men. And she's already bringing in close to $30,000 a month. Oh, it's so tempting, isn't it? To make 30 grand a month. Think about what you could do. And you don't got to do anything. There are accounts on Instagram that have created, it's so simple. You write a script to AI generate an image of a woman and then automatically post it to Instagram periodically. Guys will hit the like button and then you insert some kind of ad, bang, money. But you know what? Stay away. This is evil. The guys that are making money off of this, tricking and duping other men, is so awful. You don't want to contribute to this. Let me show you. I'm actually really impressed with the video of it. I wonder if they have an actual human woman and they put a fake face or something. This is fake. Isn't it? You can kind of tell this one's fake because of the blurring. This is so creepy and weird. But they can make a woman do anything. A fake woman on a video will do whatever they want the woman to do, and they're going to make money from it. Man, Lexi Love, the brainchild of employees at Foxy AI, who designed the lifelike model to be a perfect girlfriend for many men, with flawless features and impeccable style. Lexi is breaking barriers and changing the way we interact with AI. With the blue-eyed beauty, while the blue-eyed beauty might be fictional, the feelings she espouses in her thousands of sexed-up subscribers are very real. Since her debut on the site in June 2023, Love has created a strong emotional connection with many of her paying followers. Some subscribers are even convinced love is an actual person, with Foxy AI fielding up to 20 marriage proposals per month. This should be illegal. I think it should actually be a crime. I think it should be a crime to create an account for a fake person, charge money for interactions with that person. If it's fraud. I believe it should be considered fraud. They think they're actually talking to him, and they're not. They're talking to some guy. And that guy is baiting them into giving up money. I think this should be illegal. Or whatever, man. Maybe there are people who just like it. This fake woman. You know what? They say, yeah, but we're providing relief for these, for these lonely men. They're only lonely because of the sick things that are happening in our society. Porn addiction and now AI women. Dude, you guys don't even want to know what's coming next. But I'll tell you, because you probably actually do want to know. Many of you probably already know what's coming next. Back in the day, the joke is I think it was a Family Guy joke. Some caveman drew a stick figure woman with big boobs, and then they called it porn. They were like, "Hey man, don't draw porn or whatever." I don't know if that was actually Family Guy, but that's the joke being rudimentary. As time went on, there were drawings. Don't have those drawings, but people would do it, and it would titillate them. And then, of course, photographs and video and magazines, and then you get this expansion of the porn industry throughout the 1900s. And from porn comes porn addiction. People who develop this, I don't know what it's called, but I suppose what they argue is the more a person watches porn, the more they have to find extreme versions of it or more of it to get the same sensation of it. So they get addicted to it. And then what happens is it goes from men and women banging to crazy stuff like swinging from the ceiling fan. And these guys are driven to chase after eventually things that don't exist or are dangerous. You end up with really creepy, awful porn. Like I'm talking about evil, dark stuff like snuff films, but people just get off on crazy, disgusting things. And so now where we're headed is you got young men growing up in a world where by the age of 10 or 11, they have seen the most disgusting things imaginable. Their brains are broken. Regular women are not attractive to them. And so they're not going to procreate or find girlfriends. Or more importantly, outside of all the porn addiction stuff, young men growing up online don't know how to interact with people in the real world. Meat space, as we call it. And so they're shy and introverted, and they don't find dates. Now they have this feeling inside of them, this longing for companionship. And along comes this woman right here. This is fake. It is AI, but it's easy. She'll tell you how much she loves you. And all you got to do is pay. There's a really great video called Capital of Conformity that I'm going to pull up again. Capital of Conformity. It was for, I want to make sure I get it right. Yeah, I love this short film. We played it on IRL a couple times. You got to go watch it. I'm going to put this in the description below because you got to watch it. It's a brilliant AI short film, 2 minutes long. Capital of Conformity by Aze Alter. What is it? Aze Alter is the name on YouTube. You guys subscribe to his channel because this is really, really good stuff. He made a sequel to it. It's great. But he's got this part in it right here. Let me play this clip for you.
Detail. No need to cling to old photos. I love you. Live in the past.
Oh, dude, that is so brutal. Basically, he's saying in the Capitol, they'll plug you into a machine and make you remember all of your most cherished memories. And then it shows a woman swimming in a lake and she says, I love you. And you can feel the spear enter your heart. Dude. Talks like this dude nailed it, dystopian sci-fi, about how you have an app where you can swipe away and get all the automatons you want. Beautiful woman, your perfect companion. You want to know where we go next? People's brains are going to burst from their eyes, figuratively, once we get into neural link capabilities. You know, Elon Musk, many others, talk about how we're living in a simulation. Perhaps the scariest component of this narrative is that you're already in one. You, dear viewer at home, you're already in the simulation. You are already plugged into the Neuralink. Your life is your escape. That's the terrifying reality. Now, I made the joke on Timcast RL. For all I know, I'm some overweight loser who can't get a job and works at Starbucks, so I plugged my brain into the Neuralink so that I get to be a famous podcaster and have lots of money. Yeah, perhaps, maybe, I don't know, whatever. Live your life. We're here on Earth. But that's it. What if you are in the simulation? What if base reality is you being bored and plugging your brain into a video game to experience this life for some reason? I mean, we play video games like GTA, right? GTA is a more sensational version of the real world. Maybe the real world's actually really boring. We live a lot longer than we think. Nothing really ever happens. So we made this world where Donald Trump is president so that at least something exciting can happen. Maybe. When Neuralink enters the public sphere, I don't know how, but once we get to the point where we can read write to the brain, meaning they can either wirelessly or plug something in to transmit signals to your brain to overwrite your natural sensory perceptions and give you experiences, it is going to destroy humanity. We're already on a dark path. I do think we will survive. As I mentioned, evolutionary pressure still exists. But understand, the moment people have the ability to plug their brains into a computer and the computer can simulate any experience, you think this AI creepy stuff is bad? We are already at the point where there's a Skyrim mod for a companion that you can talk to, and it will talk back using ChatGPT technology. We are getting to the point where you will be able to call on your phone your digital companion, and they will act like a real person. They made a movie about it. I think was it called like She or Her or whatever? I don't remember. Now, right now, you can have a character programmed with memory in a video game, and you can talk to her. And you can say, hey, we're going to go fight a dragon. And she'll be like, you got it. I think we should grab more potions. We're running low. Blah, blah, blah. And then you'll actually interact like it's a real person. You'll be leaving work, and you'll get on your phone. You'll open the app, and you'll call, and you'll be like, hey, what's going on right now? And it will be like talking to a person in another reality. You, separated by the screen. You know the world doesn't really exist this person is in, but it'll feel so real. They'll be talking to you saying, you know, it rained earlier. What's it like in your world? You're talking to a computer that's just titillating your senses. It's disgusting. And it will feel so real. And then along comes the headset. Plug yourself in. You'll be transported into an avatar in that reality we've created. And the AI character, seemingly so real, will look at you like a god. Unless you program it otherwise, to make it just look at you like it's an equal, a character of that reality. And in this reality, you will be God. You'll be a kind of digital virtual god. I mean, especially if you're playing Skyrim, because you have console commands. For those not familiar, it's where you can actually change the game using codes. Cheat codes, put it that way. It's not really cheat codes like debugging codes, but it gives you full access to the game. You go into this reality. You have challenges, you fight, you feel everything. That's what Neuralink will bring us to if we get read and write capabilities to the brain. Why would anyone ever want to have a family ever again? Some young guy's going to say, it's too hard to actually try and court a real woman. Give me my own reality with a Neuralink and an AI, and I will live there forever. And those outside the machine, they'll carry on, I guess. But that's where we're going. What a nightmarish reality. I recommend you check out Capital of Conformity. I'll put the link in the description below. And subscribe to Aze Alter's channel for more creepy, crazy stuff he's doing. The really cool thing about the work he made in this video, Capital of Conformity, is that it uses AI. And because AI has its imperfections, it actually looks like a nightmare. It's cool. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up tonight at 8 p.m. over at youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.